again. Welcome to another episode of Channel Control. We're back.
We are.
For Halloween.
But not three of us.
I
think it's because BC's dead. Because of Halloween. Because demons and ghouls took him. Or maybe this is his one night of the year that he shows his true self. That he's just a demon and a ghoul himself.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That probably is it. He's eating the souls of children.
He's a were-donkey. Just so stubborn.
Hi, I am Rob Entropy. You can reach me on Channel Control.
Yeah, you can. I am Matt. You can reach me at Move the Joystick on Twitter and Instagram. So we've got a pretty good, scary episode of Channel Control.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit. We're going to talk about shows that you can watch for Halloween, or, if you just like horror, just the TV shows to go look at. And
because movies are so overrated. You can binge a scary TV show now.
Mm-hmm.
Why spend 2 hours watching a movie when you can spend 8 hours of your life watching a series?
You can spend the whole weekend just watching TV.
And getting scared out of your pants.
Since Texas dropped from 80 to about 40 degrees now, you want to be inside.
Nobody wants to go outside. It's so bad.
God.
Do you hear this voice? This is a very nasally voice right now.
Oh, my God.
Very sick.
Freaking horrible. So how you been this week, man?
I'm getting through it. If you guys watched SCNS last Thursday, you won't have noticed, but I was just not feeling well at all. I pretty much just doped myself up full of a whole bunch of antihistamines and went to Starbucks and got what was called a medicine ball and just chugged that thing. Apparently it's all these teas combined. And then as soon as the camera stopped rolling, I was just like, okay, guys, I'm going home.
I want to die.
I just hate this. So today I'm hopped up on antihistamines, but not the medicine ball because there was a long line at Starbucks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you went to get it. It was I'm not waiting this
I was not. It was just around it. And I'm pretty sure every one of those people is getting a medicine ball right now.
Well, I feel fine. And because he's here and he's sick, I'm probably going to be sick.
No, it's a change. Week. It's change of the weather crap. It has nothing to do with you.
Oh, okay.
You'll be fine.
All right. Okay, so Halloween
is
coming up. It will actually be tomorrow, but we filmed this a couple days ago, and we're not live. Anyway,
but I will say, great job last week predicting everything that that happened on WWE. we were 10 for 10. Because I'm assuming there were 10 matches. I don't know. That was the worst pay-per-view ever.
Horrible.
God, awful. BC,
you know what?
BC, the big homer, was just it really wasn't that bad. No, it was pretty bad.
It was bad. As far as I'm concerned, all the women's matches, and
fantastic.
There was one other match.
The AJ versus Finn match was really good. Yeah.
AJ Finn. That was a good match.
Yeah.
Everything else, garbage.
Yeah, but anyway, so let's get to Halloween. Halloween is tomorrow. Are you dressing up as anything? Are you doing trick or treating?
I don't do that crap.
Give candy out.
Since I was a kid, I've never dressed up for Halloween, and no one comes to this door for Halloween. You can do the really lazy parents' job of just putting a huge bowl of candy outside and just
take one.
Help yourself. Take one. And kids are grabbing a bowl, throwing it into the fucking bag.
This is the first Halloween I'm going to spend with my wife in our house passing out candy. Because last year I had a football game, so I wasn't able to play. Or I wasn't able to pass out candy. So, yeah, no lazy thing of just putting the bowl out this year.
Okay.
Next year
you're doing that. Okay, all right.
But in the meantime, because we have so much time until Halloween, we got to figure out shows that people can binge to get in that Halloween spirit.
Mm-hmm. So, the first show we have up is a show called Freakish. It's on Hulu. It has quite a few YouTube stars. Liza Koshy, if you know her, she's really big.
Okay.
On Hulu.
Cool.
Melvin Gregg. He's not as big, but he is YouTube star, hangs out with King Batch. And the series is about this town, a small town that has a chemical plant, which just seems like half the town works at this goddamn chemical plant.
Oh, okay.
And it's a Saturday. There are a bunch of kids in the school on detention. There's an explosion, and they lock down the school. There's this yellowish cloud that just covers the entire town. And then the mutants start to show up.
Oh, snap.
And it's your general freaking zombie show, except they're not zombies. I mean, they act like zombies and they eat people, but if it's stabbed them in the heart, they die.
Okay.
And things like that. So
let me make sure I got this right. It's Breakfast Club with zombies.
Breakfast Club with zombies.
Got it.
Pretty much.
Cool. Just want to make sure.
There are 2 seasons, 10 episodes each on Hulu right now, so you can watch this right after this. And if you haven't already, rewatch it, because I actually liked it.
Oh, good.
Yes, have we seen it before? Of course. We've seen it a million times, but
not on Hulu.
But not on Hulu. And it's still entertaining. Is it off the wall scary? No. Nothing on TV really is.
It's like a creature feature in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not scary, but it's just like, oh, yeah. So zombies.
You haven't seen that one at all?
I have not. I have not seen that one at all.
Hasn't even popped up in your thing?
It has, but I just haven't gone into it.
Because this new Hulu thing is set up, they just throw things at you.
They will throw everything at you. And it's like season 2 of episode 1 of Freakish is available. And I'm like, I didn't watch season 1, so I'm not going to watch that. And it keeps wanting me to watch I Love You, America. And I'm like, I don't want to watch that. But anyway, so next show we have is American Horror Story, an FX original. That, man, that show, it's amazing how a show like that can sustain longevity and still like have a different theme every single season.
Yeah.
And it still pulls people in. And I just think that's incredible.
To me, that's a roller coaster show.
Yeah.
For every season. And so far for me, it has been every even numbered season, to me, it's been bad. Or I didn't have enough interest to finish watching it. All the odd numbers ones, starting with the first one, has been great.
First one was insane.
Yeah, the first series with the haunted house,
yes,
had to be the best one they've done.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
After the haunted house, there was Asylum, where they threw in German manufactured mutants in the backyard, a German doctor who was doing these experiments on people, the devil, an angel, a serial killer, alien abduction, and there was like 2 other things I can't remember right now, but there was too much shit in it.
So supernatural.
The supernatural times 10. All in one series,
wow.
like one season. There was too much stuff in that, and I was like, I'm done. And it was appropriately named Asylum because after a while, you felt like you were going crazy watching all these different stories that they're just throwing at you. And I was like, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
The 3rd season, Coven.
That was the witches.
That was the witches, yeah. The teenage girls who, the sorority house or whatever, they were all witches. That was good. We got to, I don't know if Emma Roberts made her appearance there or that was one of her bigger roles in the series. But I like that one. Of course, Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters are always there. There's a third girl that has been in every season also, but she's like a side character.
Yeah.
She doesn't have any like major role. After that, we had Freak Show, I believe it was
the carnival one.
The carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got about halfway through it. And I was like,
that one just didn't appeal to me at all. Which one was the one with Lady Gaga? I can't remember.
Hotel and Roanoke.
Okay. And that was the one after Carnival, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
It was 5 was Hotel, Roanoke was 6, and now we have Cult.
Okay.
And Lady Gaga did Hotel, Roanoke, and they had liked her so much in Hotel, and she was kind of great in that. That they wanted her for Roanoke as this, I don't know, like a feral witch or something like that. She just hung out in the woods and whatever. Again, I watched probably 3 episodes of Roanoke, and I was like, oh, I'm done.
Roanoke's a weird one to go with in general. Like, you hit all of these like key points in scary movies and the scary genre, and then you go to Roanoke. Like, okay, what were we hitting? Like rednecks? I don't know what you're doing with Roanoke.
Well, that's the one where the whole village just disappeared.
Oh, okay.
The Croatan Indians or whatever they said came and took to kill the people, or the people just disappeared. Just think of it like you go to Long Island and there's no one there anymore, and there's just something written on a wall, and you're like, well, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And everyone's gone, and that's kind of what it is. And
okay.
Yeah. All right. And now we have Cult.
And the Cult's interesting because it gets a little political. In a way,
it's really political, and they said before the season started, this is a series that's going to be based off of the 2016 election, and a guy who loves Donald Trump, and this woman who is against him, and all the crap that goes on in between, and this guy starting this whole cult. But the last episode I watched was when they had Lena Dunham in. And she's a girl, she says some really weird shit. It's like, oh, okay, you're crazy, whatever. But her role in that episode was like, huh. Oh, really? She started a cult herself.
Oh.
And just went around killing men.
Interesting.
And her cult, as they kind of explained it in that show, they were the Zodiac killers. It was just a bunch of women went around killing men. They would kill a few women also, the ones that would, if they find a couple parked out somewhere smooching, they kill the guy, the girl's running away. I was like, oh, got to kill her. We can't let her free.
Right.
So bang, she gets killed.
Damn.
And they were the Zodiac, and it was men who started sending in things to newspapers and all this stuff, and she found out that one of the gay men in her group was actually sending stuff to the newspapers, portraying himself as a Zodiac killer. So naturally, she killed him. So yeah, the whole series, like I said, for me, up and down, up and down, up and down. The best one to watch is the first season.
It is. And it'll get you hooked to want to watch more of them. But like he said, it kind of goes, it's a roller coaster. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So The Walking Dead just premiered season, oh God, what are we at? 48? I don't even know anymore.
8. Yeah, it's season 8.
7? I'm still caught up.
Whatever.
I just don't know what season it is.
We just watch it. We're not paying attention to what season.
Don't give me a number. I don't care anymore. Like with all the like mid-season premieres and finales.
Once you go past like season 4 or 5, I don't give a shit. Just put it on.
Yeah, TV. It's just stick it on there. Like again, Supernatural. I don't even know what season we're on now. But The Walking Dead just started with a bang, where it's interesting how they're doing it, because it's kind of got that Vince Gilligan kind of feel to it right now, because they're showing you the future, and they're showing you the distant future, possibly even a dream. They're showing you the near future, and then they're showing you the present. So, or at least that's how the season premiere started.
That's the way it looks, yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird to watch because you don't know what's going on, what's real, what's going to happen. So it kind of keeps you guessing throughout the entire time. And I like how they did that, because it almost makes it think like, okay, one of these futures doesn't actually happen. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. It just keeps you guessing, I guess.
And that dream state one with Rick with the beard and the cane and all that, I think that's the one that doesn't happen.
It almost seems like it isn't, because it looks too perfect.
Yeah, it's too happy.
Yeah.
So,
like, what happened for it to be happy? Is this just like his vision of what he wanted the world to be like?
Probably.
Or is this what happens, but someone dies, because you've got like other Rick, who he's got like the red around his eyes, like that he's crying or something like that, and he's freaking out because something happened, but we don't know what happened. So it's gonna be interesting. It's got me intrigued, because I was already intrigued because you've got the war between Negan and Rick, but now I've got an extra element that's gonna keep me involved for probably forever.
That episode with the that guy from the other town left the preacher who tried to save him.
Oh yeah.
And he ends up with Negan.
Yeah. The preacher ends up with Negan, and he's like, I hope you're wearing your shit pants.
It's like, huh?
Because you're about to shit your pants. Negan's so great. I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, but I mean, the last season they really teased the shit out of us with Negan, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you had something with Negan, something awesome, and then nothing, and then as it started to drop off, you're like, okay, I'm getting tired of this show. Oh, Negan, hey, and he does something, then it's like nothing again.
Pretty much.
Like, oh my god,
he brings so much energy to that show. Like, I never knew how much I needed Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that show until he was inserted as Negan. And then after that, it's just been a thrill ride with him. Every time you see him on there, you know something's about to go down. And it's so great.
Man, Negan. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, the other show is
the spinoff.
The spinoff show, Fear the Walking Dead. Which this one starts off where when Rick, when Rick gets shot and goes into his coma, he wakes up, we don't know how long after. Some people saying he's still in the coma or it's whatever. But I mean,
I don't think so.
Rick is Atlanta and Fear the Walking Dead is California, and this is when the zombie apocalypse, the zombie virus starts to break out. We don't know how it happens, it just happens. And the first season, I was like, it's okay. I'm not really into it, but I'll keep watching. Second season, same thing. I didn't even finish the second season. When I started watching the third, I'm like, well, where's this character? Where's that character? I had to go back, and I was like, oh, I didn't finish the season. Because then I found out, a bunch of people freaking died.
Wow.
So, yeah. Should you watch this show? Maybe.
So, okay. I thought the first episode started out well. It had potential, okay? Because you're in LA, and you're seeing the zombie outbreak happen, and it's cool because there's that underlying fear that everything that you're basically in a city of like 1 million people and all of them are turning into zombies and you could be, ganged up on any minute. So that was cool. I hated the characters. That's what really pulled me out of it. Like, I liked the mom, I liked the dad. Okay, that's cool and all. But like the weird son that was in the church that was like a drug addict.
Yeah, the junkie. Yeah.
I didn't like him. Like
he is probably one of the best characters.
He's the best character
in
now?
the show. Yes, he was the one that basically found out. Okay, this is what's happening. The dead returning to life and blah blah.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, no, that's not happening. Okay, you keep thinking that, and he would just go out on walks throughout the city.
Yeah,
and he would find a zombie, kill it, put all the stuff all over him, and just walk around and he'd look in the zombies' faces. They'd look at him and just walk by. Even Rick and that bunch couldn't figure that shit out until like the halfway through the season.
First season.
By the freaking third episode, he's like, okay, gotta slather up the blood. Okay, walk through the city.
But even that was like almost too perfect, I guess. Like it's like the writers understood that this was already established in the world. Let's just give that guy already knows it. That guy already knows how to do that. Like it just didn't make sense to me. He was the one
that adapted the fastest to the whole epidemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead with the rest.
There just wasn't a lot of learning involved. It was just, oh, okay, this is a zombie outbreak. Go, here we go. And I guess it's another thing too, where it's like, I've already seen this. I've seen Rick learn about the zombie apocalypse, learn about like, oh, I need to shoot them in the head. So you go back to the season 1 of Fear of the Walking Dead and you're like, oh, we got to watch them learn how to do this again. Great. Oh yeah, no, body shots. That'll do it. You're really close. Really close to killing it. So I don't know. It was cool. I thought it had potential, but the character work just pulled me out of it.
Yeah. Now I know that they're doing the dad they killed in the beginning of this last season. That season is over, and there's supposed to be a crossover between Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. I didn't read any of the stories. I didn't look at any of the clues to who it's supposed to be. I have no idea because I'm not watching Fear the Walking Dead really. So
no. I will go back and binge it one day, but I just think for now it's like I've already got The Walking Dead. I don't think I needed the Fear the Walking Dead at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I mean, it's granted it is a story that they can do whatever they want to with it because it's not based off of a comic.
It's not.
It's a spin-off from the show based off the comic.
And I think that's what kind of pulls me out of it too, is that the comic is so amazing. It's so incredible. So you've got a source material that is just fantastic. Mm-hmm. And instead with Fear the Walking Dead, you've just got a bunch of writers who are like, how do we make this as good?
Let's do shit. Yeah, I mean, I have it on the list now. I'm feeling like this is the stuff you should watch, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, skip it.
This one's a cautionary tale.
Yeah, it's like, if you want to watch it. Because, like they said, at the end of season 3, it's supposed to be a tie-in with season 8.
Yeah.
Of The Walking Dead.
That's a big time jump.
But yeah, that's a big time jump. I don't even know what the timeline is in Fear the Walking Dead right now.
I have no idea.
So I don't know if they just fast forward to whatever or they're still in year 3.
So here's the deal. If you love Fear the Walking Dead and you can make a good case for why it is worth watching, go ahead and tweet us at Channel Control TV. All right, and we will listen. We will tweet it out. We will even come back on here next week and talk about why you made such a brilliant, compelling argument for why we should watch Fear the Walking Dead. And maybe, you know what? If you do that, maybe I will even binge it before next week. Yeah. Throw that gauntlet down.
All 3 seasons?
All 3 seasons. I will do it. I can do it.
Hell yeah. Ash versus the Evil Dead.
Love this show so much. I love it.
If you have access to this, you need to watch this show. Yeah. Bruce Campbell is so good.
So great.
And
he is Ash. Yeah. He's that dim-witted idiot, Ash, that somehow lucks into killing all of these Deadites. It makes no sense, but he does it. And it's amazing. And I love this show so much. My wife is already out. She's like, she couldn't deal with the blood and gore and all that. Meanwhile, I'm watching it and I'm like, oh God, this is great. I love this show. Oh no. That's exactly how I am when I'm at home. I turn into a cartoon.
I tell you, the movies, The Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. The first 2 I watched, and there was an element of those that actually really freaking disturbed me.
Yeah.
Like the movie itself didn't scare me, but afterwards there was this certain scenes I just couldn't watch anymore, and I'm like, and I've watched everything.
Yeah.
And watching that movie, I was like, yeah, I don't know. People are like, I want to watch The Evil Dead. Could we watch Sesame Street instead or something? You know, because it's actually really scary.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Now, Army of Darkness, they really got rid of that fear element.
Yeah, they did.
But it was a good movie, but it's just zany. There's more comedy in that one than the prior ones.
Well, because you basically put Ash in a medieval times area with the Deadites are attacking this one castle. But yeah, it's kind of it. If you loved Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness was a real far cry from those two. Yeah, but then Ash versus the Evil Dead kind of combines all 3 into a really good show.
Yeah.
They've got the comedy, they've got the fear factor, they've got the gruesome deaths. And
oh Lord, do they have the gruesome deaths.
It's just great to watch though. I love it.
It's an awesome show. And we actually have a panel from NYCC that BC got that will be on a card right over there or over here or something like that. Anyway, yeah, that you can go watch after. But as for the Evil Dead, I was thinking, how are they going to continue this stuff from the movies? I mean, are we just going to have the world getting destroyed every season and he has to stop it? And kind of, yeah. That's exactly what he's doing.
In a way, because okay, if you haven't watched it, just turn it on mute for a second because I'm about to reveal some spoilers.
And we'll put our hand up when we could turn it back on.
Yeah. So in the first season, he gets the deal to, I guess, have a truce and no longer kill the Deadites, and instead like live a life of carefree joy in Jacksonville, because that was, I guess, his only place he ever wanted to go is Jacksonville, Florida, which is already kind of weird. So he ends up accepting the deal, which was a big shock because I didn't expect that at all. He accepts the deal, and then in season 2, you see him like loving life in Jacksonville, everything's great, and then the Deadites start showing up. He's like, "What the hell is going on?" So then he leaves. And he takes down everyone he can so he can live like a life of happiness and joy again. Except when he does, like, doesn't he make another deal or something like that? I can't remember, but I remember like
he makes a deal.
I remember like everybody in the town is so excited and happy that like he saved the town.
Yeah.
Because I remember they went back in time and they went back to the cabin. They took care of things, and oh man, I need to rewatch it. But like, I remember he came back to a hero's welcome after everybody had hated him before, and they're like, "Oh, I feel like something bad is about to happen again." So that's where we are with season 3 at this point. You can unmute it. We're done.
Yeah. So, where do you think they're going next? I mean, is it good? Is it just going to be, let's have a truce? Damn it, they lied. Let's have a truce. Damn it, they lied. I mean, they're demons. They're there's things from hell. They lie.
I think it's gonna. I could not tell you, but something's gonna happen again where the world is at stake, where the Deadites are gonna come out and attack again. I could not tell you what's going to happen, though. And that's the great thing about this show is that you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Now, I do know in the season coming up, we're going to get introduced to Ash's daughter.
Okay.
So how this works into the next season and what that story is going on, I do not know. What's the deal with Lucy Lawless's character? I honestly can't remember what was up with her.
I remember that her husband was trying to bring her down, and I think they ended up killing him. And I think she's just with them now.
She just okay.
Yeah, I think so. I have to go back and watch the season finale again.
Okay, so yeah, Ash vs. Evil Dead stars. Need to watch it, and
yeah, it's really good.
If possible, if there's a DVD or Blu-ray release for that, you should go ahead and get it because it's that freaking great.
It's a quick binge too. Like every episode's only 30 minutes, so you can get through it.
You can get through it
easily,
really quickly
in a day, probably.
Now, the next show up is one that has had its second season released yesterday, and that is Stranger Things.
Yep, and I've only watched one episode of that, but he has told me already that it is season 2 is just far and away better than season 1.
Okay. Everyone for Stranger Things, the first season, they loved it. It was like, oh, this nostalgia in the 80s and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, this is bullshit. It wasn't up until about ending of episode 5, beginning episode 6, when I actually got into Stranger Things first season. And even after that, when they were doing the E.T. chase scene where they're on the bikes and the truck is coming at them, and I sat there watching TV going, if those bikes take off and fly over this van, I'm turning this fucking show off. Luckily, they did not do that. They flipped the van over the bikes. But, I mean, okay, yeah. Season 1 was a bit to me. Season 2. Okay, season 2. Did you see? You watched you said you watched the first episode.
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
So the opening scene with that girl.
That was cool. An 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was pretty badass. But she has the exact same powers that 11 does. She was part of the exact same program.
Mm-hmm. Well, she doesn't have the exact same powers. she can create hallucinations for people.
Oh, I see. So now that makes sense why the cop was like, why'd you stop? Why'd you stop? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When 11 goes back to the kids, is like, oh. That end of episode 8, though.
I haven't watched it. Just shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up.
I haven't watched it.
So sorry.
Stop saying
But it's
things.
so good.
It's not great.
I love it.
It's terrible.
Oh, my God.
You're a horrible friend.
I know. Sorry. But it's on the list and you should have watched it.
I have a wife, and we watch things together. So,
But husband
on last Thursday on SCNS, we actually had a Stranger Things conversation, and we talked about when would 11 appear. And nearly everyone thought that 11 wouldn't appear until like mid-season to almost the end, and then leave her return for like really season 3.
And then Barry Allen showed and was like, it'd be a shame if I fucked up your timeline.
Right? So, but what's great is that we were completely wrong, because episode 1, she's already there. And I was pretty happy about that. But it does make me wonder what happened with the Eggo waffles. Why was that there? Why was Hobbs, I don't remember his, Hopper. Why was Hopper leaving the Eggo waffles in that like little container in the woods? So I don't know. Maybe you know the answer to that already.
You'll find that
but
out. Like the next
I'm
episode.
intrigued. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah, you find that out like the next episode.
Okay.
Because they go through what she
did.
It's good. Watch Stranger Things. I will even say right now, even though I was not a big fan of season 1, rewatch season 1. It's an awesome series.
It is an awesome series.
Should watch it.
It's really good. It's short though, man.
It is an hour long. So
it's an hour long, but it's 8 episodes for the first season and 9 episodes for the second season. So it's a little disappointing that, because I was hoping it'd be like 13 episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of wondering if they're going to do that, but even at 9 episodes, still
don't
good.
Need it.
Yeah, still good.
But here's a show.
There were 2 episodes I felt that were kind of like, actually one episode is kind of like filler.
Oh,
so yeah, it's like
okay. Well, a show that you can spoil because it's pretty much statutes of limitations. It's already over. Like, don't if you haven't seen it and you're going to get spoiled by it, that's your own damn fault.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's a show you watch when it's Halloween time.
Yeah. Now, not to mention that they have Halloween episodes within the show itself.
Yeah, Halloween's a crazy time in that show.
Yeah, it's like
people become the costumes that they are.
The monsters, all the vampire stuff. Like, yeah, we don't go out on Halloween. That's something you just don't do. It's like, it's like everyone's out there.
Everyone knows that.
Like, of course, Spike is like, fuck it, we're going out.
Yeah, Spike doesn't care. Spike will do whatever he wants.
He's the big bad.
I still love when Spike was driving that car in the daylight, and he had all of like the entire car covered
aluminum paint and the
he's still driving, he's still seeing. I'm like, I don't understand how you're able to do any of that now.
That's how vampires do it, man. Didn't you watch Near Dark?
No, I haven't watched Near Dark.
Years ago? Oh, okay,
no.
It's a movie years ago. They did that. They just paint the windows and leave a little slit and driving through the day. My favorite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer has to be Hush.
Oh, where none of them talked?
Yeah, the gentlemen, these demonic creatures coming to town with their minions who are like guys in straitjackets.
Yeah.
And they go around grabbing people, and it's supposed to collect a certain amount of hearts from the people in the town in one night. And when they come in, they take everyone's voice so no one can talk. This whole episode, Buffy's an hour long, but I think there's probably about 5 minutes of speech in this whole freaking episode. Everything else is just the music and the way it's done. It's great. I really liked it. They used the music to build up suspense and dread and happiness, and the music told the whole story. And of course, watching what's going on, but I really like this episode. I was lucky enough to meet one of the guys who was dressed up as a gentleman, Camden Toy, a while ago, and I think that Doug Jones also played one of the
Doug Jones.
So
I don't know what that is.
yeah, if there's any episode in Buffy that you need to watch this Halloween, I'd say Hush. I mean, the whole thing's great, and you're not going to get through 7 seasons in a day.
No. Not hour long.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
Moving along, we do have some movies,
but
nothing that was released in the cinema. This first one,
they're TV movies.
Yeah,
guys.
TV movies. The first one is The Babysitter, which was released probably 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and the only reason why I said, "Oh, The Babysitter, I'm gonna watch this," is because someone I mentioned before about with Freakish, King Batch, another big YouTuber actor, he's done a bunch of movies now, is in this with Robbie Amell.
Okay.
And this other Bella Thorne is in it. The girl that plays the babysitter, I can't remember her name. And
so what's it about?
She's a babysitter.
Okay.
Of course. Duh. And she's looking out for this kid who's pretty much a geek. I mean, he's scared of everything. People beat him up at school. He's bullied, all this stuff. And she comes over one night, and the kid's friend tells her that all babysitters have their boyfriends come over and they have sex and stuff like that when the kids are asleep.
Oh, I remember the preview for this. Okay.
So,
yeah.
So she gives him a drink, and apparently she gives him stuff to drink so that it will knock him out. So he'll just sleep through the night. And he didn't drink it this time. And he hears a bunch of people in the house. So he's thinking, there's an orgy going on. It's not just her with her boyfriend. And he goes down, sneaks down to the steps to watch what they're doing. And they're playing Spin the Bottle. And there's this one kid there who was not part of the babysitter's group. It's just some kid they found. So blah, blah, they bring him in. Next thing you know, she has to kiss him. She kisses him, and he's like, yeah, that was nice. And then she puts 2 knives in his head.
Yep.
And after that, shit just goes on. And it's just, the kid sees, they know he sees, and the babysitter and her friends are trying to kill this kid that she's babysitting. And it's good. I like the movie. I watched a lot of people's reviews saying that, oh, well, this is so derivative and blah, blah, blah. So
derivative.
Look, if you want to be entertained, watch The Babysitter for Halloween. You'll be entertained.
There you go.
It's a bunch of teenage Satan worshipers or people making a pact with the devil and trying to kill a little kid. It's Home Alone, but with blood. Pretty much.
Wow.
With blood and demon worship. So, I mean, what do you expect? what when these people say, okay, well, I've seen it before, this is blah, blah, this, so on, so on. Yeah, I said it's the same for Freakish. I've seen a lot of zombie stuff. I still watched it, still liked it. It was entertaining. If you know the premise behind the babysitter, watch and say, oh, well, this wasn't really my kind, then you shouldn't have fucking watched it.
Oh, shoot. Hot take, spitting fire.
I mean, I'm just sick of these people that do this shit. Gerald's Game.
It's like Ender's Game, but with his brother, Gerald.
Oh, sweet Jesus. This woman and her husband who go away on a vacation, a little trip, little secluded area, and to rekindle the romance in their relationship.
This is that Stephen King one, right?
Yes.
Oh, we've talked about this 40 times.
Have we?
Yes. You guys are so pumped about the fact that girl is all chained up, and then her husband dies, and then husband comes back to life, but it's not really because it's a psychological manifestation, and she's trying to get out, and it's all craziness going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the dog that comes and starts to eat her husband.
So go watch that, I guess.
And
although I really think
the escape maniac who I heard some people say, was it the dog eating her husband? Or was that her head rationalizing what was going on in the room?
Ooh.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Watch it for yourself. You have to see. But the one scene in that is she does something that's pretty freaking gnarly to try and escape from these handcuffs. And oh my God,
she cuts off her own hand, doesn't she?
Watch it.
I don't know.
Like I said, I watch a lot of horror movies and stuff, and
I like my
this
hands.
one, I was sitting there like, ugh, ah.
She eats her own hand, doesn't she?
Something happens.
She's like really hungry, and she eats
something happens.
I don't want to watch it. Don't.
It's
I don't
like,
want to watch it.
It's like you gotta watch it.
I don't want to watch it. Somebody watch it. I just think Ender's Game with his brother would have been a lot better.
It probably would have been, but it wouldn't have been as like so just like.
Gerald, you're not as good as your brother.
Check out Gerald's Game. If you like it, let me know. You know, at Channel Control TV, at Channel Control, sorry. And another one that's not on here, but I'm watching it right now, is 1922 with Thomas Jane, another Stephen King adaptation.
Okay,
that's on Netflix.
That's cool.
Woman gets a bunch of money, and her husband, she wants to leave to go to the big city. Husband likes the farm, he likes the country life, and he wants to stay exactly where he is. So he kills her.
That's a way to bury the lead there.
Well, I mean, if you look at the synopsis for it, they tell you he kills her.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's
cool.
It's not like I'm shocking you with anything. Yeah, he kills her, and what goes on after that,
I see,
is again, it's another Stephen King psychological mindfuck. So
and where's this one on? Is this on Netflix?
This is on Netflix also.
Okay, so it's not on Lifetime.
No, not on Lifetime. Not see this one on Lifetime.
Meredith Baxter Burney gets hit with a tire iron.
So, do you have any shows that you watch that you would like to add to this, or any movies?
I think I'm good on television shows. I think we've covered almost all the ones that are like really scary. But as far as movies, yeah, I gotta tell you, bro, I don't like a lot of scary movies. I don't know if you can tell because I'm not gonna watch Gerald's Game.
Why not?
But I will say there is a movie that I am intrigued by. That's coming out this Halloween weekend, and it's called Happy Death Day. And that's just one where it's this girl's reliving her birthday over and over again because she keeps dying. And she's trying to solve who is the guy who's killing her over and over again.
That's not a TV movie.
You asked about a movie.
That's a movie.
Then no, I got nothing.
This is Channel Control. We talk about TV here.
Should have been specific.
You should know this by now.
I could talk about games.
We went over this in the bylaws.
I got video games I could talk about.
Quiet you. I'll feed you later.
Okay. No, I'm good though. I think we've covered everything that I got.
Okay. So we're done with this show. Matt, where can the good folks find you?
You can find me at Move the Joystick on Twitter and Instagram, like you heard before. And also, don't forget to check out UGF this Friday, November 3rd, where it's going to be WWE 2K18. I'm going to be in the tournament. That guy's going to be in the tournament. The main event is going to be the undefeated champion BC versus Double LP.
Yes.
Yep.
I think Double LP is going to take this one.
He is actually training really hard right now. He has been messaging me every day about it.
That kid's sneaky. Plus, I mean, he plays a lot of fighters. So
he does play a lot of fighters.
Whatever. Yeah. Channel Control. That's where you can find me on the Twitters, and Channel Control TV on YouTube. We do this show every week, or we try to do it every week. I don't think we will have one next week.
Are we not? Oh, wait, no, I can't. I'm having a spa day with my wife.
Oh, I don't need you here.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I'm used to you not being here anyway.
I've been here like for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you have.
Yeah. No, let's not commend that.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
It's fine.
It's okay.
I'm sick today and I'm still here.
Aw. I'm so sorry. I made you feel bad. I don't give a damn about his feelings. Anyway, BC is out in LA at LA Comic Con, and you can reach him at REALJACKASSBC on pretty much everywhere. If you go to a social media platform and put that in, you'll probably find him.
It's true, you will.
Or just put his name in the search bar in Google, and you'll find him. Thanks for watching the show. Hope you have a wonderful Halloween with all the ghosts and ghouls, and don't poison any kids with any bad candy. And, see you next week.
Happy Halloween.